Today is a very important day in China and throughout most of East Asia. It is the Mid-Autumn Festival, also known as the Moon Festival. It takes place on the 15th day of the 8th lunar month. The Mid-Autumn Festival is one of the two most important holidays in Asia, second only to Chinese New Year. Like American Thanksgiving, the Moon Festival is a harvest festival. It is a time for families to get together and enjoy one another's company, good food, and to give thanks for the harvest and family. It is also a time for prayer, asking for children, or to get married, to live a long life, or for good fortune. The Mid-Autumn Festival is a remnant of the pre-modern cult of moon worship. The sacredness of the moon has been connected with the basic rhythms of life and the universe. Due to the phases of the moon, from full to crescent, then back to full, the moon is associated with rejuvenation. Moon worship was common in many ancient civilizations and has engendered a rich symbolism and mythology. In China, the ancient emperors used to worship and offer sacrifice to the moon in autumn when the harvest moon is at its brightest. Afterwards, noblemen and scholars would admire and appreciate the bright full moon, expressing their thoughts and feelings in poems. Beginning as early as the Zhou dynasty, worshipping the moon became popular. Outside, under a full moon, an incense burner was set up, and food offerings were presented to the moon deity. Included were mooncakes, watermelons, apples, plums, grapes, and other sacrificial offerings. After the ritual offerings, the mooncakes and food would be divided into several parts and shared by the family. The custom of moon worship eventually evolved into a popular festival, including lanterns, sharing mooncakes, and moon gazing. By the Tang Dynasty, the Mid-Autumn Festival had become a permanent part of the Chinese calendar. The most important legend of the Mid-Autumn Festival tells the origin of the moon goddess. Every year, parents tell their children the wonderful story of Lady Chang'e flying to the moon. Let's listen in as one Chinese mother tells her children the story of Hou Yi and Lady Chang'e.
Once upon a time, there were 10 suns in the sky. People were so suffering from the heat and nothing would grow. Then there was a great archer. His name is Hou Yi. Hou Yi said to the heavenly queen he could help shoot down the suns. After shooting down 9 suns from the sky, the heavenly queen gave Hou Yi a pill that would make him live forever. However, Hou Yi was not a very good man. He was cruel and liked to kill. Chang'e is Hou Yi's wife. She thought it would not be a good idea for Hou Yi to live forever. Right after she took the pill, she flew off to the moon. It's said that she has lived on the moon ever since.
Just as Thanksgiving would not be complete without turkey, the Moon Festival would not be complete without mooncakes. Mooncakes are Chinese pastries filled with various delicious ingredients. Eating and sharing mooncakes while gazing at the full moon is a central part of the Mid-Autumn Festival. The round shape symbolizes completeness and family unity. Traditionally, mooncakes were made at home and shared by family members. Now this custom has largely given way to purchasing mooncakes in fancy boxes to be given as gifts to friends and family. Let's watch Carmen from Off the Great Wall give us a guide to mooncakes.
It's almost that time of the year again, Mid-Autumn Festival, and that means mooncakes. So today's video will be a guide to mooncakes. Mooncake is a type of pastry eaten during the Mid-Autumn Festival, 中秋节, 中秋节, and the meaning behind it is 团圆, which means for the entire family to gather and spend time together like a harmonious circle. Mooncakes are usually round or square and have imprints on them like auspicious words and symbols, or something that represents the brand name or type of filling that is in it. Different regions have different types of mooncake. Most of the mooncakes we're familiar with in the West is the Cantonese style, 广式月饼. It has a glossy, thin, reddish-brown chewy crust, and the filling in the mooncake varies. It can be filled with 莲蓉, 莲蓉, lotus seed paste, very sweet and also my favorite mooncake filling. Due to its high price, lotus seed paste is considered a luxury filling. 豆沙, 豆沙, red bean paste, a very common Asian dessert filling. 枣泥, 枣泥, jujube paste, a paste made with ripe jujube fruit. It is dark red with a smoky, fruity, and sometimes sour flavor. 五仁, 五仁, 5 kernel, a filling that contains a blend of 5 types of nuts or seeds that's been coarsely chopped and held together by maltose syrup. The most common type of nuts and seeds used are walnuts, pumpkin seeds, watermelon seeds, peanuts, sesame seeds, and almonds. The fillings that I just mentioned can be used for other types of mooncakes too. It is very common for Cantonese mooncakes to have salted egg yolk inside. The egg yolk represents the moon. The egg yolk is my absolute favorite. I always try to get the piece with the most egg yolk in it. Beijing style mooncake, 金式月饼. There are a few different types of Beijing mooncakes. There's the 自来白月饼, that's a white pastry, and the 自来红月饼, that's a darker pastry with a red circle on it. Both of these mooncakes are on the drier and flakier side and use essentially the same type of filling, like rock sugar, peach seed, melon seed, wisteria blossom, and mountain hawthorn. From afar, 自来白 and 自来红月饼 look a little bit like buns. The other type of Beijing-style 月饼 is 提浆月饼. This one has a light, foamy dough kind of crust, kind of like a light shortbread pastry. Unlike Cantonese-style mooncakes, this one is thicker and harder on the outside. It also has less filling than the Cantonese style. 提浆月饼 is very aromatic because it uses sesame oil as one of the ingredients. 饭毛月饼 is also another type of Beijing mooncake. This one has many layers of super flaky crust. Suzhou mooncake, 苏式月饼, is known for its layers upon layers of flaky pastry. They come in both sweet and salty varieties. The savory ones are usually made with pork mince and is served hot. 椒盐, pepper salt flavor, is a popular flavor of Suzhou mooncake. Chaoshan or Qiuzhou style mooncake, 潮式月饼. This is another type of flaky mooncake that emphasizes on the aroma of lard after roasting. Yunnan style mooncake, 便式月饼, is popular in Yunnan, Guizhou, and surrounding areas. It's well known for using ham, honey, lard, and sugar as filling. The flour crust pastry is roasted golden and it's crispy but not crumbly. Taiwanese style mooncake, 台式月饼. There are 2 types of Taiwanese mooncakes. One has a crust that's similar to the famous Taiwanese pineapple cakes. The other is a flaky pastry crust. Popular fillings include red bean, mung bean, and taro paste. Traditional mooncakes are very oily and each one is over 1,000 calories. Well, you're meant to share with your family and not eat the entire thing yourself. Sharing is caring. However, health-conscious people have invented lower-calorie mooncakes. People offer lighter fillings like pineapple, durian, taro, chocolate, coffee, and even ice cream. In Hong Kong, they invented the snow skin mooncake, 冰皮月饼, 冰皮月饼, which is not baked but instead has a glutinous rice crust, and that needs to be frozen. The crust itself can be infused with different flavors like chocolate and fruit. The filling is more like a dessert and is comparable to mochi ice cream. And there's even jelly mooncake, 燕菜月饼. The crust is made of agar or gelatin with a variety of fruit flavorings. Alright, enough talk about mooncakes. What's your favorite mooncake? Mine is the Cantonese mooncake with lotus seed paste and as many egg yolks as possible. And snow skin mooncakes. I only tried it once and I don't remember what flavor it was, but I just remembered it was delicious and it blew my mind. I'm going to try to find myself a box of snow skin mooncake this Mid-Autumn Festival. But remember, the most important thing about mooncake is sharing it with your family over some tea while moon gazing. Have an awesome Mid-Autumn Festival and hope you get to try some of these amazing pastries.
Because the Moon Festival is traditionally celebrated at night outside to enjoy the moon, lanterns have become an important part of the festival as well. Lanterns also come in all shapes and sizes, from traditional round or cylindrical to the fanciful. Nowadays, lanterns can be made of plastic and come in all shapes to please small children. The Moon Festival is also the most romantic of all holidays. What can be more romantic than sitting outside on a blanket with your special someone, enjoying each other's company while gazing at the moon? Many marriages have been proposed during the Moon Festival. There is no better way to end an introduction to the Moon Festival than with a poem by Li Bai. The poet describes his nostalgia of the night while gazing at the moonlight, and it reminds him of his home.
Thoughts on a Still Night by Li Bai. Before my bed, there is a bright moonlight, so that it seems like frost on the ground. Lifting my head, I watch the bright moon. Lowering my head, I dream that I'm home.